Are we able to see my screen?
Perfectly.
Okay, nice. So, welcome to today's session. Artificial intelligence. So, Mary showed us how and how to. I'm going to go back to the developer. I build solutions, and I got in science, which is chasing right now. I'm also what happens behind the scenes in the minds of these companies that are building AI for us. So I've worked on a number of AI solutions myself. Um, one being one by a company called Workbay that was basically about recommending jobs and proper education to incarcerated individuals in the US. And also I'll share some of the solutions I've worked on and what goes behind us making these solutions, and how now businesses in Eldoret can not only just use AI built by another company, but how they can even build their own solutions, their own AI solutions. So sometimes you'll be like, ChatGPT can't help me here, this other solution can't help me here. So how can I build something that will work for me and have my own AI solution? We're going to be looking at that. And then before I get started, I think I want to answer the question of data and how safe is our data. I think ChatGPT has a provision in the settings where you can go and tell it, turn it off for it not to use your data to retrain its model. So it's an option. It's somehow they trick you. So do you want us to use your data to train our models? You can just say no, so that if you're working for your business and you're putting on your information there, ChatGPT is not using it to retrain its models and putting your data out there. um yeah i think I think that's that, so we can get into it. Yeah, and on my first leg I'm saying AI is a game changer because that's what I believe. It's made life so easy in the world of development and coding. There's a time people who were coding were doing it using were debugging using books. Debugging is the act of finding errors in your code, and then we got Google and it got easier. Now we have AI and it's 10 times faster. So I just see AI as a game changer. So getting started, and it is not moving. Okay, perfect. Okay, so AI in business. So what is AI? So I have done computer science as a major. So AI is just a branch in computer science, and it focuses on creating intelligent machines. So so these are systems that can learn and solve a problem on their own. And then we are applying AI in all fields right now. So we can have AI for healthcare, for finance, for manufacturing. Right now we just have AI in action in all fields, and the biggest debate right now is what field is not feeding into AI fully and how do we get them on board. So, and then the benefits, in my opinion, some people feel like um AI is here to take money from them, but I feel like AI is here to make it easier for people to make more money and in less time with fewer costs. So maybe something like pitching. Maybe you have an events business and you're supposed to pitch to 10 businesses a day. AI will make it faster for you. You'll just maybe put your structure of pitching and it will make it look better, and it will even research on the number of companies, as Mary was showing us, that are in Eldoret that are doing something, and you'll reach out to a lot of companies in 2 hours, something maybe that will have taken you days before. So I feel like AI is here to help us make money faster and with less expenses. Um, so as I'm already saying, AI is already here and it's here to stay. So how do we accommodate it into our ecosystem? So I'll give you just a few examples of the mind examples of how we're using AI, and at times we don't even realize it's AI. So Have you ever gone on maybe YouTube and you search for music by maybe Bien? I'll just use Bien. And the next time you're coming on board, there's a lot of playlists being recommended to you by Bien. Has that happened to you before? So that's basically AI. So they're collecting data that you have searched for behind, and then they're going back to their model, and and their model is now saying this person loves BN, so now we're going to recommend a lot of BN music. That is how, or people who sing like him or songs in the same category as him. Another thing is like you go on Facebook, for example, Instagram, and somebody has made a comment in their native language, and then you can just click a button and you're like see translation, and it changes it to English, and you're able to understand the conversation that was going on in maybe Kisii or Luya language, and you're able to join in and get what they were saying. So that's all AI in action. um and then also chatbots. You've gone to websites, and at the bottom of the page there's a small um chat emoji that's dancing, and when you click on it you can ask it asks you questions. What do you want today? How can we help you? And you might think it's somebody chatting with you real time from behind the scenes, but it's AI in action. um Sorry. um so sorry about that. My slides are quite taking the minute to move. Okay. So I'll take an example of AI for maybe agriculture, and I'll show you a solution I worked on. I think in the month of March. So this was a solution for farmers. So this was a solution for helping farmers to detect diseases on their crops. So see how as a farmer you'll go to your farm and you see the leaves are curling up, maybe potato leaves, and you don't know what's up with them, or you have an idea, you just aren't sure whether it's late blight or something else. So I built a solution around that. um okay. Before I even get to the solution, these slides were even AI generated. This image of this farmer over here was AI generated. So slides I'd have taken forever to do before were just done in minutes. Let me show you a quick demo of how that was working. So once a farmer gets on the site and they maybe log in as a farmer, they're able to, the solution is called Kilimo Care AI. They're able to upload um, an image of their sick crop right here. So yeah, that's a sick leaf or something, and the image is analyzed, and the solution system brings back the disease, the symptoms, what can be done to treat, and even recommends agrovets that are around and with their different prices. So that's just AI in agriculture. And because we know our farmers are not very tech savvy, we even have that option for translation. So with the click of a button, the site can translate to Kiswahili, which farmers maybe might understand more. And even we're trying to even incorporate SMS and MMS for farmers who have small feature phones. So just showing you how the whole industry is going up and about to help various industries um, just use AI and utilize it to the fullest. And building some of these solutions doesn't need like a lot of money or even a lot of experience. This is something you can do with even the help of 1, 2, 3 developers, using even the help of AI. So you just identify um, things in your area that need help, and you reach out to the right people. So how we build these solutions, as I was saying, one, you identify a problem. For AI, it's you don't build a solution and then now start wondering this AI tool, what problem is it solving? No, you start with the problem and then start looking for a solution. Not every problem needs an AI solution. So for example, the problem I was going into agriculture, a farmer will lose a lot of money because of detecting the issues with his crops very late. So how do we help him detect this early and he saves money? So we're like, now here is where we can use AI. And why are we being able to use AI? Because of step number 2, the data that we have. There's a lot of data out there, and in this case, image data. So a lot of photos have been taken of a crop that's healthy, a potato crop that's healthy at its various stages. So now when you upload, so there's a lot of data in short. As Mary was presenting all those tools she used, the only reason AI is being able to do all those things, it's because it's been trained with data. It's been shown image A is a healthy crop, image B is a not healthy crop. And then the image is inverted. I'll even use another example of a cow. If you take a model and train it, this is a cow, with a cow that's upright, and then you bring a cow that's upside down, some AI models will tell you that's not a cow. So for you to train AI well, you need to give it an image of a cow that's upright, an image of a cow that's turning to the left, an image of a cow to the right, upside down, facing backwards, front, all positions, and then you tell it this is a cow, so that when it's brought a cow in another position, it recognizes this is a cow. You've had challenges of solutions that are working in the West not being able to identify Black people. And this is because, sorry if I sound racist, but this is because um, they are not training, they're not using a lot of Black people data to train their models. So now a model will not recognize a Black person, or maybe will recognize all Black people under one gender. So that's one of the challenges. So once you identify a problem, make sure you have enough data to train the model. If you don't have enough data, keep collecting data. So you research what data is needed, whether it's image data, make sure you have it. And then now, next thing is to build an AI model. So in the world we are in today, there's something in the world of development we call open source. So this is people making their resources accessible. An example is the Chinese with their models like DeepSeek AI. That's an open model, meaning everyone in the world has access to the code, the data sets, and you can use it to train your own models. So the solution I was just showing you, Kilimo Care AI, is not a solution I went and took many photos of potatoes before I could be able to train a model. There's a company called Plant Village that has already done that work, has gone around the globe taking photos of all crops that are healthy and not healthy, trained its own model, and made the model open source through an API. So all I need to do as a developer is pull in from that model. I hope that makes sense. So in some instances you need to train your own model. That might take time, so you need to train the model. At times it's an accuracy of 40%, at times it's at 50%, but keep training it until you're maybe at a 70 is not that bad. So but if do enough research, you see if there are models that exist already, even things like translation. So today, if I wanted to maybe make a site that can be translated to all languages in the country, I'm not sure if we have a model that's that trained. So I might need to take people and record their voices and all those things and have them train a model. But if I was using languages that are like Swahili, I think right now is in the pool of languages on Google Translate API. So now anyone can use Google Translate when you want to translate maybe to Swahili and other maybe languages that are known across countries. But then for the local, very native ones, we might need to train our own models. I hope that makes sense. And then, of course, we deploy it, and anyone can access the model. If it's on if it's on USSD, SMS basis, or a mobile app, people can access it. So I hope I've just given you an overview of what goes behind the scenes of us as developers building these AI solutions, and how, the best thing about business people are CEOs, right? They're they're brilliant minds, in short. So they're very good at identifying a problem, and I don't know, employing people to work and give them money. If okay, I'm lacking the best terms to say this, but I'm basically saying business people are brilliant, like the people we have in the room today. So go out there, identify a problem, and then be like, I might use AI to solve this, and then reach out to developers, and at least now you have the behind the scenes of what they need to do. So you will tell them what data, at least you know what data is needed and all those things. You can ask them questions like, how far are we in training the model, so that they're not leaving you out on what they're building. Oh god, I've already tackled this. How we defining an AI problem. Of course, can this problem be solved using patterns in data? As in, this is an image of something that's sick, this is an image of something that's okay. Is this something we can scale up? Of course. Will AI add value or make it more complex? This is the other thing. People are adding AI to anything and everything and making things that were even smaller more complicated. So we don't want to be doing that. So make sure you're doing your research well and talking to people to understand if this is an actual problem they have. Um, I already told you how AI works. It learns like babies. So the way you tell babies, you feed it a lot of examples. This is what this looks, this is what this doesn't look, and then it will become smart. So we test its accuracy, of course. And as I said, the better the data, the smarter the AI. So that means okay, so in the world of data science, machine learning, and AI, there's something we call data cleaning. So once you get a data set, maybe it's just names of people and their ages and something, there are loopholes in the data. So you want to make sure this data is very clean. Even if it's images, these images are very clean and clear, so that you're training AI with really good data and making it more smarter. It's like taking kids to the best schools, I think. So AI is like your baby, and you're training it the best way. You're giving it the best data for it to be smart. Um, okay, when not to use AI. So these are the problems I don't think you should be using AI. When the decision is sensitive, like firing someone, AI, as much as we are trying, is not yet empathetic enough. So of course, Cloud AI somehow is almost getting there, because as a product manager, I use Claude more when I want to translate my users' problems and requirements into product requirements that I can give my developers to build. But it's not that empathetic yet. It doesn't feel pain, you see? So don't build a solution, uh, I don't know, an AI solution that decides maybe when to fire people, because that's a very, if this person does this, fire them. But we're human, things happen, and you're like, if this happened, but then it happened because of something else, we can reconsider. AI doesn't do that. So those are something we might not want to work with. Again, as I said, if the data is biased or incomplete, just keep working on your data before you launch an AI solution. Don't go out there launching AI solutions with data that's incomplete. There's a model back then that was being used to generate images, but then even if you were uploading your image as a black person, it will still give you back a white person's image. Again, I'm sorry if I sound racist, I am not by any way, but I'm just saying the data they were using was incomplete and biased. So the AI was not giving the right solutions. So it did not know what a lot of black people look like. So even if you gave it your image, it will still bring you back as a white person. Okay. And then things like mental health support, um, as much as we can enhance it, but we can't leave such a field specifically to AI, because AI does not feel the pain and the pinch of some of these things. Um, as I said, now I'm repeating myself. When you're getting started with AI in your business, look at those things that are being repeated in your business, and then be like, this is something I can automate. Oh, that's another interesting field in the world of AI, automations. So you can identify something you do every day, every single day. An example might be, um An example in business might be, I'm looking for an example. Yeah, like the one I was giving, even with Kilimo Care AI, a farmer might go to his farm, thousands of acres, going round looking at the individual crops. But then we can just set up cameras that take photos and take them, and the photos are sent over cloud to the model, and the model is like, this crop is sick. Okay, so the farmer doesn't need to walk around every day. So you just look at things that you can are repetitive. You can start with a very tiny problem, and something like even customer service. After, you've noticed in banks, when you're leaving, there's a machine there that has a smiley face emoji, a sad emoji, and it's like, how are you feeling today after you've been served? So when you tap on it, that's something in the world of data science we call sentiment analysis. So we're analyzing, maybe on a Monday, we served clients and 50 of them were happy, some were sad. You can have somebody at the door standing to do that, but someone might forget, someone might be in the wrong mood. But you see, that's a small task that AI can do without, and then it doesn't get tired. Okay. And then use low cost AI tools to build. Right now, as I was saying, I'm saying vibe coding, which is coding using AI. Like, you're telling AI, I want to build this, and then AI writes the code for you. So that's what we call vibe coding. But it can be the ghetto, but to some extent, if you understand your code, it's nice. So you can use those type of tools, collaborate with developers or even students in the area to build the tools you want, custom tools. You can use the general ChatGPT and all the other tools that are being used by everyone, but you can also start your own and even host it somewhere. Start a payment plan of maybe 500 per month, and it's earning money for you from the comfort of your home. And then I don't know if we can build a chatbot right now, but I'll get back to that after questions. And finally, AI is for everyone, even everyone. I am a firm believer of tech is for everyone, from different ages, different ethnic groups, different everyone. AI is just for everyone, not just the tech expert. And that is why we're trying to bring AI as close to you as possible. And if the general AI tools are not working for you, how can we build custom AI solutions for you, for your needs, in a language that you understand, that works for you in Eldoret, not for like a solution that works for you in the context of Nairobi, the one that works for you where you are. And then I was to touch on prompts, but Mary has already touched on that. Great job. You've understood how to make a good prompt. So, of course, prompting can help you a lot, because when you have an idea, as I've said, and you're like, this is a solution I can build using AI, you can go check it up with Cloud and tell Cloud, assuming you are maybe a business expert or a tech expert or an investor in the tech ecosystem. I have this idea. We can solve this using AI, and it tells you what it thinks. It does the research for you. And now, even when you're showing up to investors, you have the right knowledge. You can even talk to investors, and they see like you know what you're saying. Okay. And then start simple, stay curious, and build from there. Build your first small solution, maybe a chatbot. If you have a website, let's build a chatbot. It takes you like 15 minutes in the world of AI. So we can build a chatbot, and you start from there. And now people are being talked to by AI every time they land on your site. So thank you so much for listening. I hope you got something from this session, and I'm welcoming any questions you might have.
Wonderful, wonderful presentation. That was powerful. Thank you so much, Susan. Any questions? Yeah, there was a question for you. Ju was asking, so does training a model from scratch, is it that expensive?
Thank you for that question. That depends. So, do we have the data? Because sometimes you're training your model, yes, but you need to collect the data. So now this means sending out people to, let me use a simple example, like lead poisoning. So we want to predict. That's something I've also worked on. That's where it came to mind. So lead, the poisonous lead. So lead poisoning is becoming a major issue, especially in slummish areas. So if you so there's that data in hospitals. Some NGOs have that data, so that wouldn't be that hard because you'd be going to request for the data from them and training your model. And then if you don't have a powerful laptop, Google Colab has can act as your own, how do I say it, it gives you like a virtual machine where you can train your model from, so that won't be that expensive. But then if you need to go door to door, maybe you want to analyze the number of people who are making it after campus and you're going door to door, you know now you need to go to hire people to go around Eldoret and collect data. Yeah, so that depends.